I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Yo, man, it's Fred. Listen, don't forget to like and subscribe to our New Orleans Talk Network page on. Keep going. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Fred. Listen, don't forget to like our page on YouTube, FanView, Facebook, FanView, and on Twitter, FanView New Orleans.
Holla at you, man, in the app with us, and we gonna make this thing on the top of New Orleans Talk Network. With real fans talk about real sports. And not only sports, it's everyday activity in life, man.
My name is Jaquan Jackson, SMU commit, and you're tuning into FanView.
Yo, what's up? It's Pooga Williams, 2017 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
FanView Live, where real fans talk about real sports, only on the New Orleans Talk Network. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, because we're not just a sports talk show, we're a talk show about sports.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy Fred. Back at it again, man. FanView Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. As y'all can see, I'm in by myself tonight. My man GSportz, he got some work that he got to go do tonight. My man Coach Hurricane, he's getting that wisdom too good. So they could not be with me tonight. But listen, we got a great show for you guys tonight. Listen, subscribe to FanView Live on Facebook. Tag a friend, add a friend. I keep telling you, this is the best fan sports show on the internet. For the next, we're going to do about an hour show tonight. There's about a few four topics I want to get into tonight, and it's critically important that we get into them as fans and have these discussions. It's going to be a big time show. Listen, like the page, subscribe to the page. If you're on YouTube, go to FanView Live, subscribe to the page. If you're on IG or Instagram, go to FanView Live, subscribe to the page. If you're also on Twitter, go to the page FanView Nola. That's where you can find us each and every week. Also, don't forget to subscribe to New Orleans Talk Network. NOTN Live on Twitter, NOTN on IG, New Orleans Talk Network on YouTube. That's the place where there's more than just this show on this network. There's so many different varieties of shows. But right now, we're going to talk sports at least for the next hour. Got a lot to get into. Tonight, I'm going to do this in little quarters. First, second, third, and fourth quarter. Somebody made that observation to me, so I'm going to kind of run with that tonight. But before I get started, y'all know what I like to do. I always give a shout out to the military, the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, First Responders, local police department, local fire department, wherever you guys are at in our country. Thank you. Salute you guys from the bottom of our hearts. I want to give y'all appreciation and love each and every Thursday. And live with you. Now, in the last quarter of this show, fourth quarter show, I talk a little football, a little Tyreek Hill. And I'm also getting to the top 10 players currently active in the NBA. But I'm going to start this shit off right here, first quarter. Again, leave your comments. We'll put the number on the page. I call if you want to have this conversation. People don't realize last night, NBA, LeBron James, man, GSportz said, passed Michael Jordan. That's fourth all time on the score list. And there's been some conversation out there between national media. Now it has LeBron James to pass Michael Jordan. Now that he's passed him on an all-time scoring list. And my producer, if you got that video, did you able to put that video up in the background? Not everybody had a chance to realize that was a very, big deal for LeBron James. He became now fourth all time on the score list above Michael Jordan. And the conversation started to resurface again. Is LeBron better than Jordan? Is he better than Jordan? I did a video about this a little earlier today. And here's the truth, everybody. As a score, hell no. It's not even close. As a scorer, LeBron James has not surpassed Michael Jordan, even though he's now fourth all time on the scoring. LeBron James not that guy. Great basketball player. Each and every time we look up, we're making these comparisons between the two. And it's a bigger thing that I saw now because I had a chance to watch that game last night. Lakers fans are not making a big deal that he became fourth all time, that he surpassed Michael Jordan. They actually kind of indirectly, when he scored that play and it was a layup, they didn't give a standing ovation. It wasn't like a round of applause. Look what LeBron James achieved. Look what he become, man. He's fourth all time in a score list in the NBA history. Game kept being played, and it was like, okay, he's fourth all time. They didn't give a round of applause. They didn't stop the game for LeBron James. There's video out there him sitting on the sideline. Obviously, he's taking it all in that he's fourth all time because we all looked at the Michael Jordan. You watch basketball in the 80s and the 90s. Michael Jordan was your guy. Bottom line, just don't give up to LeBron James. You look at Michael. Shit, we all did. But has he surpassed Michael Jordan as a player? No. No. Michael Jordan is one of the best defensive players to ever play in the NBA. Found out he won Defensive Player of the Year. 3-time steals champ. 9-time All-NBA. I mean, the guy won the MVP and he won Defensive MVP in the same year. So you got to start asking yourself a question. They played the game different. It's not, they don't play the game the same way. Like Michael Jordan was a scorer and a defensive player who stole the basketball. But he was the best scorer that we ever watched. LeBron James, even though he's fourth all time on the scores list, he's a great scorer. But he wasn't a scorer than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan averaged for 7 years straight. For 7 years, Michael Jordan never averaged under 30 points. Time from, I think, 1987 until the time he retired to play minor league baseball, Michael Jordan never averaged underneath 30 points. He was the best scorer that we ever watched. So, has LeBron James surpassed that player? No. Because LeBron James plays the game of basketball different. He's a better rebounder than Michael Jordan. His stats prove he has more rebounds. He's a better passer than Michael Jordan because his assists prove he has more assists. Michael Jordan, LeBron James has over 8,000 assists, 8,000 rebounds in his career. But because he passed him on an all-time scoring list, did he surpass him as an overall player? No. LeBron is a great scorer, but he's a better passer and better rebounder. But he wasn't a better defensive than Michael Jordan. Nor was he ever a better scorer. So a lot of times people come out here, got this thing about as LeBron James now surpassed Michael Jordan. And we got to stop comparing the two as players. Every time LeBron James reaches another milestone, the conversation is he better than Jordan? Every time he surpasses Jordan's stat. No. The way Michael Jordan played the game from a scoring position, there would be no other. We would never watch another player who would be able to score like Michael Jordan scored. Michael Jordan scored not just in regular season, but he scored to us as fans when it mattered. He scored in playoffs. Like, he got to the finals, he was still the same Michael Jordan that we witnessed regular season. Like, he won 6 NBA finals. He never played in the game 7. So he still scored in the same fashion, which ultimately produced into team achievement. And the team achievement meaning that his team won 6 NBA championships. LeBron James, as great as he is as a player, but they play the game different. Like I said, LeBron is a great scorer, but he's a better rebounder and a better distributor of the basketball. That's how he plays the game. And because he plays the game that way, it doesn't mean that all because he's the best player, it's always going to translate to his team winning a championship. The way he plays the game, a lot of times he has to have another player who can also score the basket in bunches, like Dwayne Wade did, like Kyrie Irving did. Now, his way he plays the game could get him to the NBA Finals. But if you know about another guy on his team that can score in bunches, the way he plays the game won't necessarily translate to his team achievement. This is how you can get to 4 NBA Finals in Miami. This is how you can get to 4 NBA Finals in Cleveland. Because you had a Kyrie Irving, at least 3 of those seasons. So, a lot of times people that's fans, they're out there saying, hey, listen, Michael Jordan, LeBron James surpassed Michael Jordan. Oh. It's a great achievement for LeBron James. A lot of people out there making a statement of, why was there not a situation where the world needs to stop for LeBron James? He's trying to surpass Michael Jordan. all-time scoring. Why they didn't stop the game? Why they was in a round of applause? Like how in football, when Drew Brees surpassed Peyton Manning, they stopped the football game. There was a round of applause. I mean, crying a lot of people crying in the goddamn Superdome. Real tears, like grown-ass men crying. Where was that for LeBron James last night? And here's the truth, folks. Did LeBron James come number one all-time on the scoring list? No. He still got 3 guys ahead of him. Those guys like Kobe Bryant, Karl Malone, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So I appreciate the fact that the game of basketball didn't stop everything because LeBron James became 4th all-time because he surpassed Michael Jordan on the all-time score, which is an achievement within itself. But LeBron James didn't do this his whole career as a Laker. As much as I'm a fan of him, and people who listen to me on the show, I'm one of the biggest LeBron James, supporters. I think he's the most complete player I've watched in my life. But I'm glad they didn't stop the game to give us standing ovation because he became 4th all-time on the career scoring list. You stopped the game for Drew Brees because he became number 1. And you're going to stop the game again for Drew Brees. He becomes number 1 all-time touchdown record. You're going to stop the game again. But I'm happy that the game wasn't stopped for him. The game still goes on. You did nothing you haven't achieved as a player, as a team yet, anything as a Laker. Now, I think if he was still in Cleveland, I think they'd have probably stopped the game a little bit because what he's done for the organization in Cleveland. But I'm happy overall they did not stop the game for LeBron James. I'm really overjoyed about that. Deeply, deeply, deeply happy about that. But that's the case there when you talk about LeBron James. So, is he better than Michael Jordan? Has he surpassed Michael? Here's the truth. He's not going to surpass Michael Jordan anymore, regardless of what he achieved as a player. He's a better passer. He's a better rebounder. He'll never be a better scorer than Michael Jordan. And he doesn't have much time left to have more team achievements as an NBA champion. So, comparing the 2 players and what LeBron James can achieve, he won't be able to surpass that guy. He's going to have to, he can still continue to play basketball, and his goal could be the number 1 all-time on the scoring list because he's not going to get nowhere near number 1 all-time in assists, and he's nowhere near number 1 all-time in rebounds. But he's over 32,000 in points. So he's not, I think Kareem is somewhere around, if I'm correct about Kareem all time. If you look at the stats, put it up for everybody. Kareem all time. Is that 36,000, I believe? Around 36,000. So he got some time to go. He could achieve that stat. But overall, could he surpass Michael Jordan? That's up for discussion. We're going to take our first break, guys, in the first quarter. Y'all stay tuned to FanView. Real Fans Talk. Y'all stay tuned. Get locked in. We'll be right back.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Coach Hurricane Hemp. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHeyOU15.
This is your boy, Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFred Jones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A. G, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Oh, how the time flies. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson. And can you believe that it has been 1 year since Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions hit your airwaves? We have interviewed authors, entrepreneurs, playwrights, musicians, and everyone in between, all to bring you the best in literary conversation. And we plan to do it again this year, but only better. So join us right here in the Literary Lounge each Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. See you there.
What is New Orleans Talk Network? It's today's hottest topics with an added flair. You get ready, because the conversation will be hot, and better yet, mobile. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app, available on Android, iPhone, iPad, and you can listen to us on the web at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com. Write down our talk line at 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255. Interactive and worldwide. That's what we are. Join in on the real conversation and tell a friend about the New Orleans Talk Network.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Coach Hurricane Hemp. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHeyOU15.
This is your boy, Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFred Jones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A. G, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Coach Hurricane Hemp. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHeyOU15.
This is your boy, Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFred Jones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A. G, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Coach Hurricane Hemp. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHeyOU15.
This is your boy, Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayOU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayOU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayOU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayOU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayOU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayOU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. Producer, you got me? Are we there? Okay, just want to make sure we got everybody squared away. We got everybody locked in. Again, welcome to FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports on New Orleans Talk Network. This is your boy Fred. Listen, my man GSportz and Coach Hurricane here. Can't be with me tonight. So, we got a few things we want to discuss for tonight's show. I'll put it to y'all like this. Tonight we're going to get into a little Tyreek Hill. Should he be the best wideout in football? Should he be paid like one at least? We leave that toward the end part of the show. We're going to talk about the top 10 players in the NBA. You know, who's your list? Who's the guys on your list? Who makes that list for you, top 10 overall? But to start off this show, the conversation is about for anybody who has not tuned in to sports at the past day or so, especially in the NBA. LeBron James has just surpassed Michael Jordan in the all-time scoring list last night, which is a great achievement, a great accomplishment for LeBron James. But there's been conversation now since he has that achievement. Has he now surpassed Michael Jordan as the player? And that's what's been going around on social media. That's been going around now on national media. It's been a conversation. So tonight, let's talk about it as friends and fans. Let's get something very clear. LeBron James is one of the most complete basketball players I ever witnessed in my life. This guy does so much for the game of basketball, what he can do for scoring, assisting the ball, passing the, rebounding, so much overall. But if you think LeBron James has surpassed Michael Jordan because he became ahead of him in the all-time scoring list, you're crazy. LeBron James, as great as he's become, he has not surpassed Michael Jordan. Here's why, folks. As a scorer, Michael Jordan is the best scorer to ever play basketball. And he's not number one on the all-time scoring list, but as a scorer, he's this game's best scorer that we ever watched play. People don't understand Michael Jordan came into the NBA in 1984, and that season alone, he averaged 28 points. From 1987 to the time he retired to go play minor league baseball, Michael Jordan didn't average anything less than 30 points in a season. And that included 3 NBA championships. Michael Jordan, if you're talking about scoring the basketball, LeBron James has not surpassed that guy as a scorer. He has not. Him becoming all-time, 4th all-time and leading scores is not going to change that. Now, LeBron James has done a lot of great things in his career. LeBron James, throughout his 15 seasons in the NBA, has never averaged less than 20 points in the NBA. Never. His rookie year, he averaged over 20. Every season since then, he's averaged over 20. But again, he's not the scorer Michael Jordan is. He's just not. No one will ever become that player. And plus, they play the game different. I know a lot of people as fans, leave your comments, join the conversation. The thing is that I don't think LeBron James will ever surpass him in the player that we think he should become. Like, if you want LeBron James to become a scorer, he would never surpass Michael Jordan in that. It would never happen. There won't be a player that's going to play this game that's going to surpass Michael Jordan in that category. Kobe Bryant has more points than Michael Jordan. Do we think Kobe Bryant has surpassed Michael Jordan as a scorer and as a player? No. Michael Jordan, not only was he the best scorer that we've seen, but Michael Jordan also won defensive MVP. Michael Jordan had made the all defense team 9 times. So he just wasn't a great scorer. He defended at an elite level. The year he won MVP, he also won defensive MVP. He's a 3-time assist champ. He's 3rd all time in steals. So when you're looking at a player who can score the basketball the way Michael Jordan did and defend the way Michael Jordan did, we would never see a player of that caliber. And no one's going to really surpass that. But what LeBron James does is so great is that LeBron James, he scores because he's a consistent scorer. He's a better passer than Michael Jordan. Overall, he passes the ball better than Michael Jordan. Why? The stats prove it. He has 8,000 assists. Michael Jordan doesn't have 8,000 assists. He's a better rebounder than Michael Jordan. He has over 8,000 rebounds. Michael Jordan don't have 8,000 rebounds. So those are the 2 other categories that he's better at the game of basketball than Michael. And scoring, becoming 4-time all-time leading scorer won't change that. He's a better passer and he's a better rebounder. He isn't a better scorer, he isn't a better defensive player. Then you start looking at what the both 2 achieved as being the team's best player. Well, obviously Michael Jordan achieved 10. He achieved 6 NBA championships and never played in the Game 7. Then you have a guy who achieved 9 NBA Finals appearances and only won 3. 6 NBA championships and never played. It goes different. Again, they play the game different. And they're always going to play the game different. So when we ask ourselves, is LeBron James has he surpassed Michael Jordan? The answer to the question is no. But I'm happy for King James for reaching this milestone, becoming 4th all time. And there's a lot of controversy after saying, man, listen, why was it not the game stopped for LeBron James when he became, the 4-time all-time leading scorer last night, when he actually made the layup against, I think they played the Nuggets last night. People were like, man, why didn't they stop the game? Well, this is something that should be, announced and celebrated. There was a standing applause for LeBron James. There was a standing ovation for him, and they clapped. Man, congratulations on that achievement. But they didn't stop the game like they stopped the game for Drew Brees down in New Orleans. When Drew Brees became the number all-time passing leader in NFL history. The game stopped. It was on a touchdown play. I mean, Drew Brees had grown-ass men crying in the goddamn Superdome. This is what happened. And I think LeBron James and fans wanted the same thing for LeBron. They wanted the game to stop. Man, you surpassed Michael Jordan. This the brand name. You know, they wanted the game to stop. And I think that the Lakers had a better record. They could make the playoffs. It'd probably been a different standing ovation. But I'm happy that the game didn't stop. You're fourth all time. You're not number one. And the game still got to continue. You still got a game to play. You know, I'm happy that the NBA didn't stop everything to say, man, let's stop and celebrate this acknowledgement going on, you know, around here and so on and so forth for LeBron James. And again, if you watch this program and watching the show, I'm one of the biggest LeBron James supporters people gonna know. I'm a Kobe Bryant fan too, diehard. But I'm happy that the game stopped the game. LeBron James' first season as a Laker, they're not gonna make the playoffs. No need to stop the game. You're fourth all time on the list. You're not number one. Great achievement for LeBron James, though. Great achievement for King James. But if anyone's thinking that has LeBron James surpassed Michael Jordan as a player, not in that. If you're thinking about it from a position because he surpassed him in scoring, and if you're thinking now that he's a better scorer than Michael, no, he's not a better scorer than Michael Jordan. There isn't a player who played basketball who can score the way Michael Jordan did. There isn't one. But what LeBron James does better than Michael, and always have, he's a better rebounder, he's a better passer. His assists prove it, his rebounds prove it. He has more than Michael in that category. Now he has more points. Doesn't mean he's a better scorer than Michael. It just edifies how great of a player that we're witnessing LeBron James. But they're not the same player. They don't play the game the same way. LeBron kind of played it like Magic Johnson did, but he's a better scorer than Magic. And Jordan is Jordan. He's a dominant scorer and one of the best defensive players that we all seen also. So is it kind of the same sense that, hey, look, they're the same? No. He hasn't surpassed Michael Jordan in that caliber. My man, Scoot St. Clair says this. Why are people celebrating fourth place? So we there now. Every little thing LeBron do, it has to be talked about. I think he just ate lunch, so let's just celebrate that too. A great point. These LeBron fans and ESPN on another letter for this guy. I don't disagree with that. I'm not a big fan of stopping the game and he's fourth all time. Great for LeBron James. Because we all as fans came up. If you grew up watching basketball in the 80s and especially the 90s, Michael Jordan was your guy. And it doesn't really matter if you watch basketball. You just watch sports. Michael was it. So when you surpass that guy in the all-time scoring list, I get it. You surpass not just his idol or who LeBron James looked at. Shit, every one of us looked up to Michael. So when you can achieve that as a player, I get it. But it doesn't need to be celebrated. No, you're not number one all-time in score. We're going to stop the game when you pass up Kareem, who's over 38,000 points. That's when you stop the game. You got three ahead of you. Kobe, Karl Malone, Kareem. We're not going to stop the game because you surpass Kobe. We're not going to stop the game because you surpass Karl Malone. If you so happen to still be an NBA player and you can surpass Kareem, stop the game. That's when you stop the game. Like when Drew Brees took over the record for all-time passing yards as a player, when he became number one, that's why the game stopped. You don't stop the game because you became fourth all-time. I agree with you, Scoop. That's not what you do. You don't do that. That's not how this game goes. And on top of that, no offense, you haven't achieved much as a Laker yet. You have not achieved much as a Laker yet. And I'm a big-time LeBron fan. But did you achieve much as a Laker? That's up for discussion. Y'all stay tuned. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. Don't go nowhere. When we get back here, we're going to talk about LeBron James not making the playoffs as a Laker. Is it a good thing for the NBA or is this a bad thing for the NBA? Y'all stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back in a minute. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. Nuance Talk Network.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix for 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBS. That's that bullshit. It's the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network. Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Live Line. Here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is a non-smoking atmosphere.
Oh, how the time flies. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson. And can you believe that it has been 1 year since Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions hit your airwaves? We have interviewed authors, entrepreneurs, playwrights, musicians, and everyone in between, all to bring you the best in literary conversation. And we plan to do it again this year, but only better. So join us right here in the Literary Lounge each Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. See you there.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. Listen, tag a friend, add a friend, subscribe to the FanView Live page, man, on Facebook. Subscribe to the FanView Live page on IG. Subscribe to it on YouTube. It's FanView NOLA if you're trying to find us on Twitter. Subscribe to the page, and don't forget to subscribe to New Orleans Talk Network. It's NOTN Live on Twitter, and it's New Orleans Talk Network on YouTube. Listen, guys, I want to get into this next conversation. We all know now, as fans, Lakers at about, if I'm correct, they're 6.5 games out of the playoff spot. With about, I was looking at the standings earlier. The Lakers are 6.5 games out from 8th place, because the 8th place is controlled by the Clippers and the San Antonio Spurs. They both have the same record. And the Lakers got roughly about 17 games left. There's a less than a 1% chance the Lakers are going to make the playoffs. So here's my question to everybody. Tune in, lock in, and again, leave your comments down there because I really want to get into this. Is this good for the NBA that LeBron James, for the first time in 14 seasons, LeBron James is not going to be in the playoffs? Is this good for the NBA or is this bad for the NBA that LeBron James is not going to make the playoffs? And this is the question I want to pose to some people, pose to everybody tonight. Is this good for the league? And I would tell anybody and everybody this. Because he's a Laker right now, this is not good for the NBA. Because of the brand name that the Lakers carry. The amount of celebrity, the amount of recognition that the Lakers bring to basketball. Just the brand name itself. It's one of the biggest brands in all of the NBA. It's not making the playoffs with its biggest star. It's not right now good for the NBA that LeBron James in his first season from leaving Cleveland, coming to Los Angeles, is not going to make the playoffs. Because he's been the conversation ever since he left. Each and every time you look at talking about the NBA, you're talking about LeBron James. Now this is going to be the first time since 2003 that he's not going to be in the playoffs. It's not a good thing. But I will say this, in the short term, like this upcoming playoffs, it's not a great thing that the Lakers are not in and he's not going to be in. Long term, it's a great thing because LeBron James is in year 15. How long we expect LeBron James to play basketball? That's a great question. I got about 4 more seasons after that. LeBron James is going to start to cut this. He's not going to be the mega star. He's not going to be the box office basketball player. So the NBA got to use this upcoming playoffs as their blueprint to try to make sure they can showcase guys like Giannis, guys like Kawhi Leonard, the stars of the league now, guys like Paul George, they got to take the time this playoffs and put those guys on the biggest stage. We already know what KD and Steph are going to do. We already know what Westbrook going to bring us. We already know what Harden going to bring us. But they got to find the way to find out, to advertise the Damian Lillards out there. The Denver Nuggets, second overall team in the Western Conference. But do they really have a star there? They got to take this NBA playoffs and realize that, man, do we have real stars in this league? Do we really have people who are going to watch this game? Now that LeBron James is not in it. For the needed future right now, it's not good because there's 2 top 10 players that are not going to be in this playoffs. They both were the number 23. That's 2 top 10 players that won't participate in the NBA playoffs. The question is, can the other 8 guys carry it? Because LeBron James is the biggest face. So that's my question I ask you guys. Listen, I think right now, because of the branding of LeBron James and the team that he plays for, and there's a big deal that him going to LA. What we all know is that LeBron James has made the playoffs 14 consecutive years and in the Eastern Conference. And what we know, because this is what actually happened, that they made the playoffs and he won the first round. So the NBA, as a revenue-generating league, profited and they benefited from LeBron James being in the playoffs. They knew what they were going to get. LeBron James is going to be in the playoffs. They're going to win the first round. Hey, listen, I still got something to promote, to sell to my base. Right now, we got a case where LeBron James, first year in LA, his box office, and guess what? The Lakers not going to make the playoffs. We got a guy down here in New Orleans named Anthony Davis, not going to make the playoffs. Is the NBA playoffs going to be a good playoffs this year? They got solid teams. I mean, for crying out loud, the Sacramento Kings just creep up in that 8th spot. We got the Clippers who gonna probably be the 8th seed without a star player. If you look over here on the Eastern Conference side, at the Eastern Conference, you got Detroit, you got Brooklyn, you got Miami. Those teams don't have a star. Is this NBA playoff going to be a bad situation now that for a lot of people, the best player in the world is not going to participate in it? Right now, I would say this playoffs, it's not good. It's bad for the NBA. Long term, the NBA can afford not to have LeBron James in the playoffs. But this playoffs is bad for the league. It's going to be a bad for the league. I'm telling y'all this right now. When the playoffs start right now, you're going to start looking at yourself and say, man, do I even want to watch the first round? You're going to have a lot of first round matchups like Milwaukee versus the Heat, possibly right now. No one wants to see it. Toronto versus Brooklyn. No one's going to watch it. Indiana's in the 3rd place in the East. They're going to play the Detroit Pistons. No one's going to watch it. In the Western Conference, you're going to have the Golden State Warriors against the Clippers. No one's going to watch it. The Denver Nuggets versus San Antonio. No one's going to watch it. The Houston Rockets versus the Utah Jazz. We saw what happened last year. No one's going to watch it. The Oklahoma City Thunder versus the versus the Blazers. No one may watch it. Why? Because LeBron James and the Lakers are not going to be in it. Even though that team was not good enough to beat any of the top 4 teams, which is Houston, I would say Houston, Golden State, or OKC. But just having him in it was just enough to say, man, I got to tune in. I'm not going to discount that guy, LeBron James. Not going to be there. I think it's going to be bad for the league, y'all. I think it's going to be real bad for the NBA. Real bad. I don't think the NBA is going to get the ratings that they're looking for. They're going to have to wait till their conference championships for fans to typically start tuning in. Right now, I remember them moving when they went from 5 games in the first round to 7. They did it for revenue reasons. But looking at this NBA playoff shakeup, people tune in for stars at the playoff time. We want to see who's going to become a star, who's not going to become a star. Right now, Anthony Davis is not going to be in there, so we don't know if he could be the star come postseason. LeBron James is not going to be in there right now. It's going to be some interesting things that we're just not going to see come this NBA playoffs. We got to know if guys can carry the league that's not LeBron James. Can they move the needle? That's going to be the question this upcoming playoffs. We already know a guy like Steph Curry, if he didn't have a KD, he could move the needle. We're going to know if guys like Paul George can move the needle. Because, again, there's no LeBron James. Can he move the needle? Can he make this NBA playoffs competitive? Can he and Russell Westbrook make the NBA playoffs an option to be tuning in? Because this is what the NBA playoffs is about. This is about watching guys who can move the needle. And it's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, I haven't watched the NBA playoffs in 14 seasons without a LeBron James. And I don't know if these players who currently active in the NBA are going to be able to do that. I just don't know. Like right now, I think it's a bad thing that the Lakers are not in it, especially for the brand. You had this big media circus all season long about coverage of the Lakers, every time you look up, you look at ESPN, you look at Fox Sports, you look at any news outlet that's talking sports, whether it's ESPN, Fox Sports, or anywhere else, the talk has been the Lakers. And that talk is about to come to a close at the midway through next month. It's over with. Can't talk about them no more. They're not going to be in the playoffs. You got to really figure out Portland going to beat something. You got to figure out the Nuggets going to beat something. Do they really have a shot? Do you really want to watch the Nuggets? I mean, they're in there. Do you really want to see the Clippers versus the Warriors? These are the questions we're going to have come in the next month and a half at the most. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Leave your comments. If you think it's a good thing that the Lakers will make the playoffs, you think it's a bad thing the Lakers won't make the playoffs, because I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see how the Lakers not being in there benefits the NBA. Not to say that you go ahead and curve calls so they can make it. The Lakers got to win their games, but that guy. Now you're starting to hear things such as the Lakers not going to make the playoffs. They should have LeBron James on a minutes restriction. If you're asking me if I'm Magic and Rob Pelinka, I'm going to have him on the Anthony Davis minute restriction. 25 minutes a night. You're not going to make the playoffs. I don't need this guy going out here and physically wearing himself out, because there's another season. You need him healthy. You need him in the best condition he can be. And this season is over with. And no offense, if as a fan, if I'm thinking about Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka, we already know that Luke Walton is out. They got to find a new head coach. And there are going to be some players that's not going to be returning to Lakers. No need for LeBron James to go out there and get attached to guys that may or may not even be on his team next season. The only guy that you know that's going to be on that roster come next season is LeBron James. The other 14 guys are expendable. So I don't see why, if you're the Lakers, I agree if you put them on a minutes restriction, 25 minutes a night, advertise these other young guys, advertise the Kyle Kuzma, advertise the Josh Hart, advertise the Brandon Ingrams. Because all those guys need to be available for you to get better. Meaning for their trade value. They need to be able to showcase what they can and cannot do for an NBA team. Because right now, the Lakers not making the playoffs. LeBron James not making the playoffs. Can't happen 2 seasons in a row. That's not how that goes. You can't have a guy who brings that much of popularity and brand recognition to the game of the NBA, and you say to yourself that he's not going to be in the playoffs. Rob Pelinka and Magic Johnson got their hands full coming up this NBA offseason. So that's my take on this one here. Is it a bad thing that the Lakers are not making the playoffs right now and LeBron not making them? Yes, it's bad. The NBA playoffs is due for a bad ratings. It's going to be bad. Even if LeBron James got knocked out in the first round, him still being in it gives us as fans an opportunity not to doubt that guy, because he never gave us a reason in 14 seasons to doubt him and being in 8 consecutive NBA finals. But for him not to be there, watch out for the ratings. It's the NBA finals. Trust me when I tell you this. But listen up, guys. I'm going to take another quick break. Y'all don't go nowhere. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. When I get back, top 10 list of all the top 10 players currently right now in the NBA. Y'all get ready to put your list together. We're going to name the top 10 players currently right now in the NBA when we get back. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. Subscribe to the page.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Part 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBF. That's that bullshit. It's the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Live Line, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LePelco Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LePelco Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is a non-smoking atmosphere.
Oh, how the time flies. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson. And can you believe that it has been 1 year since Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions hit your airwaves? We have interviewed authors, entrepreneurs, playwrights, musicians, and everyone in between, all to bring you the best in literary conversation. And we plan to do it again this year, but only better. So join us right here in the Literary Lounge each Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. See you there.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports again. Subscribe to the FanView Live page, man. Add a friend, tag a friend. Get locked in. Get locked in on the page, man. Trust me, it's a big deal. We got a lot going on, a lot we're discussing right now on this page here. I'm going to get ready to get into the top 10 list of currently active players right now in the NBA. I know a lot of y'all been waiting for this kind of list to come out there right now. It's a big deal. Who is on your list? If you subscribe to the page, you're tuning in right now. Who are the top 10 players in the NBA? I'm going to start at 10. And make my way up to number 1. Coming in at number 10 is Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid, yes, Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid comes in at number 10. Joel Embiid is averaging 27 points a game, y'all. 27 points a game. He's averaging, when you're looking at rebounds, 11 rebounds for his team. 27 points a game, 11 rebounds. And for people who don't understand, that's some hellified stats from any NBA player. And to top it all off, I think if I'm looking at the standings for Joel, the standings for the, I had it pulled up for a second. And right now, that's the standings right there. Philadelphia 76ers are 4th in the Eastern Conference. Listen. You got to get up to Joel Embiid. He's handling business, averaging career highs in points, averaging career highs in rebounds, being a dominant presence in the paint, and also being able to shoot the three. And literally, people don't understand, he's almost averaging 4 assists. So that's a big deal for a big man. You know, he has almost 2 blocks a game. Joel Embiid comes in at number 10 on the top 10 players in the NBA. Coming in at number 9 is Anthony Davis. I know what some of y'all thinking, man, look, he ain't barely playing for the Pelicans. Let's not be foolish. Anthony Davis still averaged 26 points a game, a little over 12 rebounds a game in 51 games. Still a top 10 player right now in the NBA. That's plain. Now, whether his team can make the playoffs or not, it's irrelevant to what he is. He's still the guy. He's still dominant. I mean, Anthony Davis right now still averaging a little over 2.5 blocks a game. 4 assists a game. 26 points. Over 12 rebounds. Anthony Davis comes in at number 9. The top 10 players on the list. Coming in at number 8. LeBron James. He's the 8th best player right now in the NBA. He comes in at number 8. Why? Durability. You miss 18 games on the season. But LeBron James is still being LeBron James. He's having the LeBron James season. 27 points a game. 8 rebounds a game. 8 assists. He's just not the effective defensive player that he once used to be. He's not dominating from a defensive end also. That part of his game has started to slip. And I don't think we're ever going to watch him be the defender that he was. At least on the regular season, you won't see that. But LeBron James is averaging 27, 8, and 8. Dominant presence. You got to figure this guy's coming in the top 10. If you got him out your top 10, I think you need to go hold up traffic somewhere, like GSportz says. LeBron James comes in at number 8. Number 7 is Kawhi Leonard. People say, yeah, it's Kawhi Leonard. The Toronto Raptors are ranked number 2 in the Eastern Conference. Kawhi Leonard doing his thing. He's a big reason why the Toronto Raptors are where they are. He's averaging 27 points a game. He's averaging a little over 6 rebounds a game. A little over 7 rebounds a game. A little over 3 assists. Almost 2 steals a game. Kawhi Leonard. Like that. Toronto ranked number 2 in the Eastern Conference. And I think the Toronto Raptors are going to be a presence because he's on that team. So he comes in at number 7 on this list. Number 6, Russell Westbrook. Do I need to say anything more? Still averaging a career triple-double. This guy here is just doing it at all levels when you're looking at the guy who's putting up the points. Over 22 points a game, little over 11 rebounds, little over 10 assists. He comes in at number 6. You can't discredit a guy who's averaging a triple-double. Little over 22 points, little over 11 rebounds, little over 10 assists. It really doesn't get much better than Russell Westbrook. I know some people out there saying, man, he takes bad shots, he's a bad teammate. All that being said, he still is putting up them statistics. And let's not forget that the Oklahoma City Thunder are ranked 4th in the Western Conference. And they're fighting for 3rd with Houston. So, still a lot of basketball to be played left. Coming in at 5, Steph Curry. It's Steph. Steph Curry still leads the league in the most 3-pointers made. Steph Curry, right now, is still averaging 28 points a game, 5 rebounds, little over 5 rebounds, little over 5 assists. He's the most important player on the Golden State Warriors. That's just the bottom line. The guy who can score at will when he wants to and however he wants to, increase spacing on the floor. Yeah, he's like that. Steph Curry comes in at number 5. Number 4 is his teammate, Kevin Durant. He's averaging over 27 points a game. He's averaging a little over 6 rebounds, a little over 5 assists. That duo right there is just doing something phenomenal for basketball. Something that we really never really seen, and how the Golden State Warriors can dominate, because right now they're number 1 in the Western Conference, they're the favorite to win the NBA Finals. But 2 guys averaging 28 and 27. That's remarkable to have that on the same team. Let alone you got another guy on the team who's averaging a little over 17 points a game. It's phenomenal to know what they can do. For Kevin Durant, and it's also what Kevin Durant is doing on the defensive end. for his team. Because Steph Curry's not a great dominant defensive player, but KD can make an all-defense team. So KD comes in at number 4. Third, Paul George. Listen. PG-13 comes in at number 3, man. Look, averaging a little over 28 points a game, a little over 8 rebounds, a little over 4 assists. PG-13, man, it's just, especially for the month, I think February, when he was averaging a little over 40 points a game. Paul George is just having a historic year, having an MVP year. And I think he could arguably win Defensive Player of the Year. That's how great Paul George has played this season for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's been dominant this season. Any other year, he could arguably be the best player in the league off the statistics and the way he is playing. That's how good he's been all season long for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He comes in at number 3. Number 2, Giannis. What else needs to be said, man? Giannis is averaging 27 points a game. Almost 13 rebounds a game. A little over 12 rebounds a game. Almost close to 13. He's averaging 6 assists. And the Milwaukee Bucks are number 1 in the Eastern Conference. He comes in at number 2. He's a surefire MVP candidate for this season for Milwaukee. The only thing Giannis does not do very well is that he doesn't shoot very well. But as far as getting to the lane and get to the paint, he can score at will. As far as anything underneath 3 points, he can get to the basket whenever he wants. He's that athletic. He's that lean. He's that long of a player. He is the Greek freak for a reason, and he's having a very dominant year for a player of his caliber. He has rose to the occasion to be one of the best players in the league. People didn't think he could be. Right now, it's on display. Giannis comes in at number 2. Number 1 player in the NBA right now is James Harden. I know what you're thinking, man. He don't play no defense, Fred, but here's the truth. Little over 6 rebounds a game, little over 7 assists a game. But if you think for 2 seconds that if you can score 36 points, almost 37 points in a season, and it's fluke, no, you're the best player in the NBA right now. Because right now, what I just saw from James Harden, he's the only player that I think currently in the NBA right now that could be on a bad team in the league and they're going to make the playoffs because of his ability to score. He's the only player that I can watch in the NBA right now. And you said, man, if you had to take a real bad team, like I think right now that he could take the Cleveland Cavaliers to the playoffs. I think he could take the New York Knicks to the playoffs because he is doing what he thinks is needed to be done to get his team to the playoffs. Now, doesn't mean that his team is going to win it. That's not here nor here or there. Right now, who is the number 1 player in the NBA? James Harden. 36 points a game, a little over 6 rebounds a game, a little over 7 assists a game. He just don't play much defense. When it comes to needing a bucket or dropping points or making sure that his team will be in the game, well, that's James Harden. So I'm going to go to the list again for everybody who's tuning in. Coming at number 10 is Joel Embiid. Coming at number 9, Anthony Davis. Coming at number 8, LeBron James. Coming at number 7, Kawhi Leonard. Coming at number 6, Russell Westbrook. Coming at number 5, Steph Curry. Chef Curry. That bad man. Coming at number 3, KD. Coming at number 4 is KD. Coming at number 3 is Paul George. Number 2, Giannis. 1, James Harden. That's your list, folks. Y'all let me know what your list is. Y'all let me know who is your top 10 players. Again, I'm going to repeat it again. At number 10, Joel Embiid. Number 9, Anthony Davis. Number 8, LeBron James. At number 7, Kawhi Leonard. Number 6, Russell Westbrook. 5, Steph Curry. 4, KD. 2, Paul George. No, I'm sorry. 3, Paul George. 2, Giannis. 1, James Harden. That's the list. That's the list for everybody. That was your top 10 players. I know some of you thinking, where's Kyrie Irving? He's not a top 10 player right now. That's the list. That's the guys. Again, Joel Embiid, 10, Anthony Davis, 9, LeBron James, 8, Kawhi Leonard, 7, Russell Westbrook, 6, Steph Curry, 5, KD, 4, Paul George, 3, Giannis, 2, James Harden, number 1. Those are the top 10 guys. No Kyrie Irving, no Damian Lillard, no Ben Simmons, no Bradley Beal, no Kemba Walker. They don't make the list. Those are the 10 guys that are the best players in the NBA, whether their team's in the playoffs or not. And that's just kind of how that's going to go. Those are the guys that are going to impact the NBA. Those 10 guys I just named, whether they're in the playoffs or not, they move the needle. They're the reason we watch. They're the reason that we're tuning in. 8 of the 10 are going to be in the playoffs, excluding LeBron and excluding AD. They're the reason we're going to watch this playoffs. The other guys are not going to be the reason we watch it. We're not watching the playoffs because Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers. We're not going to watch the playoffs if by chance Kemba Walker and the Charlotte Hornets make it. That's not why we're going to watch the playoffs. We're not going to watch the playoffs because the Boston made it because they got Kyrie Irving. No. Those are the guys, the 10 guys I just named are the reason why we're going to watch the playoffs. So that's the top 10 list, guys. Leave your list down at the bottom. We'll have the discussion. When we get back, we're going to break. We'll do one more segment. We're going to talk about. I'm going to talk a little Tyreek Hill. Should he be the highest paid wideout in football? FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. Don't go nowhere.
This boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayoU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFred Jones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Welcome back, FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. Y'all, listen, subscribe to the FanView Live page on Facebook, FanView Live, subscribe to us on YouTube, FanView Live, subscribe to on Instagram, FanView Live, subscribe to us on Twitter, FanView NOLA. Listen, last quarter of the show, I'll talk a little football. For people who've been, hearing things around the sports world, Tyreek Hill is working on a massive payday with the Kansas City Chiefs. And people want to know, hey, let's have a discussion. Let's talk about, what kind of payday should it be? Who's the highest paid receiver in the game? What can we expect from Tyreek Hill? For both people who don't not know, the highest paid wide receiver in football right now is Odell Beckham, OBJ. He's averaging about $18 million a season. He has a little over $40.9 guaranteed dollars. His contract is actually a $90 million deal in the 5 years because he's going to be in New York. And some people suggest that, should Tyreek Hill, now he's coming due, should his next deal, would it surpass OBJ? It surpass Odell Beckham? I'm here to tell y'all something right now. Should Tyreek Hill be the highest paid receiver in the league? The answer to this question is this. Yes. And I'm going to give some stats to prove. Tyreek Hill is first and foremost 25 years old. He's going to be one of the youngest receivers, dominant receivers in the game. He's not Antonio Brown at age 31. He's not Julio Jones, at a certain age. These guys are much older players. Mike Evans is 26. DeAndre Hopkins is 27. Jarvis Landry is 27. A.J. Green, he's 31. Julio Jones is 30. All these guys are at a certain age. Tyreek Evans is 25. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to break the bank for Tyreek Hill, and he should be. And here's the statistics to back it. In 2018, there's 2 stats that should justify why Tyreek Hill should be the highest paid wideout in football. And it's because of how many plays receivers made at over 20 yards and how many plays a receiver made over 40 yards. These are the 2 biggest stats that I wouldn't look at. Who comes in at number 1 as most plays made over 20 yards for a wide receiver? That person is Tyreek Hill. He had 27 plays, over 20 yards, receiving last season. He's number 1. Number 2 on that list was Mike Evans. Who made the most plays receiving over 40 yards last season in the NFL? Tyreek Hill. He comes in at number 8. Antonio Brown was number 2 at 7. So when you start to look at it, Tyreek Hill is he's the number 1 receiver in the NFL that's making the most 20-yard plays and the most 40-yard plays. And he's 25 years old. And if you think there's a receiver out there that's faster than him, you're mistaken. He's making football plays. Now, is he making the catches like a Julio Jones? Is he making the catches like Antonio Brown or DeAndre Hopkins or Odell or Jarvis Landry? No. He's not their height. He's not their size. He's none of those things. When you talk about explosive, he is the most explosive player in football. It's Tyreek Hill. This dude got to be every bit of 5'10", 5'9", but he's making football plays. And here's the truth: this guy here, last season, statistically, if you just look at Tyreek Hill's stats, I think he had a career year last year as far as receiving yards. Tyreek Hill had 87 receptions, over 1,400 yards receiving, 12 touchdowns, all career highs. The Chiefs got to pay up. You got a guy that caliber who can get almost 90 catches, 1,400 yards, and 12 touchdowns in the season at 25. And he's been consistent. Listen, he should be the highest paid receiver in football. It's not because he's the tallest, he's the strongest. He's the most explosive in that position. There isn't a receiver right now in football that can make a Tyreek Hill play. That dude gets the football in his hand, he gets an open space. There isn't a receiver in football that can make his play. And I'm not saying he can make everyone else play because he's only 5'10". I don't think he can make every play Julio Jones can make because Julio Jones is a much bigger physical receiver. I don't think he can make every catch DeAndre Hopkins can make. But as far as explosive, there isn't a receiver playing football who's made his plays. He's the one who got the most 20-yard plays as a receiver. He's the one with the most plays over 40 yards. It's Tyreek Hill. You look at the amount of reception, the amount of touchdowns as a receiver, came in 3rd. Antonio Brown led the league with 15. Devontae Adams came in at 13. There's 2 people tied for 13, him and Eric Ebron. Then it was Tyreek Hill. And he's the youngest. His contract will exceed Odell Beckham's. If not, they would have more guarantees. When you're 25 years old and he's on record this year for the Kansas City Chiefs to only make $2 million, Tyreek Hill right now is scheduled to make, right now with Kansas City Chiefs, $2 million. And next year, he's an unrestricted free agent. No. You're going to make that guy the highest paid receiver in football. He's going to have the most guarantees in his next year. He's going to have over $41 million in guarantees. He's going to have over $90 million contract. I know some people who say, man, my God, I just gave you the reasons why. He makes the most football plays as a receiver, over 20 yards and over 40 yards. And when that guy can have 80-plus catches, 1,400 yards receiving, and 12 touchdowns, he literally can beat you by himself. Then you're pairing him up with a guy like Pat Mahomes. You got Travis Kelce. So you just can't individually defend him. He's going to be the highest paid receiver in football. I don't know what they're going to do about Sammy Watkins, but Tyreek Hill would be the highest paid. And he should. You got a guy at 25 years old. You could get another 3 to 4 years of use of that guy at his prime. I don't think you've seen his best season yet. I think that guy's best season could be 1,800 yards receiving. I think his best season as a receiver can have like over 15 touchdowns. He can have 112, 115 catches. I don't think we've seen his best season yet. Yeah, you pay that guy. You make him the highest paid receiver. You give him the most guarantees amongst any receiver. You should. He's that explosive. There isn't a receiver that can explode and change the game like he can. The only other guy I can think of is Odell. But Tyreek Hill is more explosive. He can get out in space and no one can make the moves that he can make in space. He gets the football in his hand, he's gonna make some football plays. And everybody in the league is in trouble. But they got some. I don't have many comments, but that's the reason why he should be the highest paid receiver in football. It's hands down why he should be the guy. If you're the Kansas City Chiefs, now they got one problem heading into this offseason. They don't have much money. And they also have a defensive end in Chris Jones. And they also, I think if I'm correct, they gave the franchise tag to D Ford. So they still have some cap issues. They still have some things they got to figure out in Kansas City. But should Kansas City make Tyreek Hill the highest paid wide receiver? Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. It's not going to be easy for them to do with only $10 million cap space. And you have a defensive end coming up in Chris Jones. You got to figure out how you're going to re-sign D Ford. Without a shadow of my mind, you still need a team to put together. But without a shadow of a doubt, Tyreek Hill should be the number one wide receiver paid in the NFL before the season starts. No one should be compensated more. I think next year he can eclipse those numbers. I think he can have more than 10 plays for over 40 yards. I think he can have over 30 plays over 20 yards. That's the potential I think Tyreek Hill can have. That's how explosive he is. Not many players in the NFL are going to make those type of plays. When you're number one in both of those categories at your position at receiver, yeah, you're pretty much the guy. Especially when you can combine that with receptions. Now, if he was getting only 55, 60 receptions, I'd be like, okay. You know, he's just an explosive player, but he really can't, he really is not a receiver. He's just an explosive player. When you have 87 catches, he's a receiver. You have over 1,400 yards receiving, you're a receiver. I think the sky's the limit for Tyreek Hill. I think right now when you're looking at the guy at 25, he should be the highest paid guy. That's just what I think. I don't think there's a receiver that should be paid more than him because they're not going to be able to make a Tyreek Hill play. But a Tyreek Hill can make many people's plays. Not every receiver's play. I don't think he can make every play DeAndre Hopkins can make. I don't think he can make every play Julio Jones can. I think he can make every play Antonio Brown makes. But Antonio Brown can't make every play that he makes. Antonio Brown just consistent as hell. And give hats off to AB for being that consistent over the past 4 seasons. But again, Antonio Brown's above 30 plus now. Tyreek Hill's just approached 25. Should be the highest paid receiver again. And don't expect that in the next upcoming days. If you see this Friday or Saturday or Sunday, you see, man, Tyreek Hill, over $90 million, over $45 million in guaranteed money. You say to yourself, man, Fred told you. Fred gave you the reasons why the Chiefs should do it. How Deion said, pay that man. Pay that man. There's reasons you need to do that if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. And there's no argument. Receivers in the game can't make his play. They can't make this 20-yard play. This dude has the most 20-yard plays among the receivers. That's just the truth. I mean, it's not even coming in at number 2 was Mike Evans with 26. Coming in at number 3 was Julio Jones. Coming in at 4 was DeAndre Hopkins. Coming in at 5 was Brandon Cooks. None of them had 27. Now, Mike Evans had 26, and I think Julio had 24. That dude had 27. That dude get clips 30, 20-yard plays. That's football plays. Every football play is not a 30-yard, 40-yard bomb. We talking about 20-yard plays? You got 27 of them? Man, look at it. That dude will break your back. He's that explosive. He's that good of a football player. So should he be number 1? The answer to the question is yes. Listen, y'all leave your comments, man. Subscribe to the page. We got to get ready to head on out here tonight. Listen, appreciate everybody for tuning in. FanView, Real Fans, Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. Again, subscribe to New Orleans Talk Network on Twitter at 8OTN Live. Subscribe there. Also on the YouTube page, New Orleans Talk Network. Subscribe there on Facebook, New Orleans Talk Network. And subscribe to this FanView Live page. We always got videos coming up throughout the week, each and every week. Our show starts from 6 to 8 p.m. each and every Thursday. FanView. Subscribe to the page. Add a friend, tag a friend. It's the best fan sports show on the internet. Where we allow us as fans time to talk about what's been going on in the world of sports and get our conversation and get our stuff going. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Subscribe to the page. Y'all have a great night. Your boy Fred. I'm signing out.
What's up, everybody? This is boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayoU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFred Jones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. Money.